Hosting the World Cup requires billions of dollars in local taxpayer funding for stadium construction and city infrastructure. Yet, the host cities themselves are structurally barred from collecting the core revenue generated during the event. Local governments absorb the debt, while FIFA walks away with the profits. The total economic activity for a modern multi-nation World Cup is projected to add $41 billion to global gross domestic product. However, independent economic analysis reveals that the 3 host nations and their 16 designated host cities experience net negative financial returns. The primary issue stems from a complete decoupling of local operational costs from event revenues. While a city like New York or Dallas spends over $100 million on specialized security, public transit adjustments, and pitch renovations, local municipal tax revenues fail to capture the influx of tourism spending. Most visitor dollars flow directly to international airlines, global hotel conglomerates, and multinational corporate sponsors. Local sales tax structures are heavily restricted because FIFA demands comprehensive tax exemptions within all host zones as a non-negotiable condition for bidding. Consequently, the massive spending surge bypassed local public coffers entirely, leaving municipal budgets to cover the operational deficits using long-term debt issuance. This structural financial loss is dictated directly by the standard FIFA hosting agreement, which establishes a legally binding asymmetry. Under these terms, the host cities must absorb all financial liabilities related to safety, logistics, and stadium upgrades. In contrast, FIFA retains absolute ownership over the highest-grossing commercial assets of the tournament. Global broadcasting rights generate $3.9 billion. Ticket and hospitality sales across the high-capacity venues bring in $3 billion. Corporate marketing rights add another $2.8 billion. These primary capital streams flow directly into FIFA's accounts completely untaxed by local authorities. Furthermore, the infrastructure requirements force cities to build specialized large-capacity venues that rarely align with local long-term demand. The expenditure required to maintain these facilities post-tournament runs into tens of millions of dollars annually, turning local public infrastructure into long-term liabilities. The legal framework ensures that the city provides the physical platform at public expense, while a private international entity extracts the commercial value. The long-term consequence of this financial model is a prolonged fiscal drag on local municipal economies. Cities are forced to divert capital away from essential public services, such as education, local transit maintenance, and healthcare, to service the debt bonds used to fund the tournament infrastructure. The promised long-term tourism boom consistently fails to materialize, as standard business travel and conventional tourism are displaced by the sports crowd during the event window. Independent sports economists confirm that stadium infrastructure investments yield the lowest economic multiplier of any public spending category. Over the next decade, these host cities face depressed credit ratings and increased fiscal strain as they struggle to find alternative commercial uses for underutilized sports complexes. The temporary branding benefit of being featured on a global broadcast does not generate enough sustained tax revenue to offset the structural interest payments on the original construction loans, solidifying the event as a net loss for local taxpayers. Host cities take on the debt while FIFA walks away with billions in untaxed revenue. But the financial imbalance does not stop with the cities. It trickles all the way down to the pitch. To see exactly how much the athletes on the field are actually paid from this multi-billion-dollar pot, watch this next video.